Welcome back to the Hannahcast YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be giving you my predictions for the Critics' Choice Award winners. Not gonna lie, this is the third video that I've filmed today. I'm filming this the day before you're watching this, and so, oh god. But still, I'm gonna keep getting these videos out for you guys. Thank you for subscribing, and if you want, consider becoming a channel member because, I want to keep doing this, and I want to be able to do a lot more things and have more time to do these things. So, without any further ado, let's get on with the Critics' Choice predictions. Best Picture is tough because, on one hand, it feels like Oppenheimer is going to be sweeping, like, the industry. I mean, it already took 5 Golden Globes. It's probably going to win almost every guild that it's going to be nominated for. And right now, I'm actually kind of predicting it to win 9 Oscars, which would put it as one of the biggest Oscar winners in history. So, that's a big thing. But on the other hand, Barbie crushed the record for the most Critics' Choice Award wins ever. And even if you took out its 3 song nominations, it would still hold the record for the most Critics' Choice Award nominations ever. So, that is tough. I mean, it even got cinematography. Like, what? Admittedly, it is tough. Do you go with what you think is winning the Oscar, or do you go with what the Critics' Choice Awards seem to love the most? Because it is tough, and it could be Oppenheimer. But right now, I think it might be Barbie. It might be Barbie because it's just that awards tally that it has. Like, just look at that. Like, it has so much going for it. So, I just kind of have to assume maybe Critics' Choice is just going to go all out on Barbie here. So, yeah, again, it could be Oppenheimer, but right now I'm just going to kind of go with Barbie. Best Actress, I think I'm just going to say it. I think it's going to be Lily Gladstone. Emma Stone maybe could take it. That is a possibility. But there is so much passion for Lily Gladstone right now. People want to give her the Oscar for Killers of the Flower Moon. Like, whereas with Emma Stone, it's like, all right, yeah, Emma Stone won the Golden Globe. That's nice. When Lily Gladstone gave her Golden Globe speech, it really resonated with people. Like, people really liked that speech. And that's not to say that it's only because of the speech that she's winning, obviously. Because, like, these two are in some of the most high-profile, lead actress performances of the year. And I've always said Lily Gladstone is not Michelle Williams. Like, someone in another video tried to say, oh, she's absolutely Michelle Williams. She is objectively, from a, predictions and just observation point of view, she is not Michelle Williams. Like, she's not. And what I mean by that is not in terms of the quality of the performance or whatever, because that's more of a subjective thing. I'm talking about just, Lily Gladstone got SAG, and Michelle Williams didn't. So, again, she is not Michelle Williams. Lily Gladstone is not Michelle Williams. So, I do feel like they can still win the Critics' Choice Award. I feel like, they do have such a big, prominent presence in that film, even getting nominations at SAG over Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, people are more passionate about Lily Gladstone than Leonardo DiCaprio right now. So I do feel like Lily Gladstone will take Critics' Choice, and she just might sweep, although maybe Emma Stone might pose a challenge at the BAFTAs. But then again, I don't know. There was a little bit of backlash from their choices last year, so maybe they want to try a course correct. I don't know. Best Actor, I hate to go with, what's going on with the Golden Globes again, but it's like, I think it's going to be Cillian Murphy. I feel like everyone is just more excited to give Cillian Murphy an Oscar for Oppenheimer, and he's been winning way more critics awards than Bradley Cooper has. I think Bradley Cooper has won 2, I think. So the idea of him winning Critics' Choice, I don't know. I don't really see that happening, especially since the Globes went for Cillian Murphy. I just have to assume that Cillian Murphy's gonna take the Critics' Choice Award, and he's just gonna take the Oscar. Supporting Actress, once again, this is probably one of the biggest locks, because it's going to be Divine Joy Randolph. Like, Divine Joy Randolph more than anyone else here, has been sweeping the Critics Awards like mad. Like, alright, like, Divine Joy Randolph is unstoppable. She is going for that Oscar. And she is going to win at Critics' Choice here. So I don't really see much competition with that. Again, maybe, like, Danielle Brooks, I don't know. At this point, I think Danielle Brooks is at, like, number 3 right now. Because The Color Purple is so weak in Best Picture. So I would actually put Emily Blunt above Danielle Brooks at this point, but I don't think either of them are winning the Critics' Choice. I think it's going to be Divine Joy Randolph. Supporting actor. This is interesting because I did say I think Barbie is winning Critics' Choice for Best Picture, but you want a good package, and I want to know if it's going to be Robert Downey Jr. or if it's going to be Ryan Gosling. Because I feel like if they are going to give Barbie Best Picture, I feel like they would need to give Ryan Gosling Best Supporting Actor. So I might do that. I am not confident in this, especially since Robert Downey Jr. won the Golden Globe. But this is just a thought. Considering Barbie smashed the Critics' Choice record for the most nominations, if Ryan Gosling doesn't win here, I feel like, Barbie is just... And if Barbie doesn't get Best Picture here, it's not gonna win anywhere else. Because this would show that Barbie is strong in nominations, but not in wins. Right here, I'm going to go with Ryan Gosling in supporting actor, but again, I'm not confident in it. It could very well easily be Robert Downey Jr., and if that happens, I think Oppenheimer would be on track to maybe win at Critics' Choice. Best Director, Christopher Nolan. Even if it was a surefire thing that Barbie was winning Best Picture, or if any other film was winning Best Picture, Christopher Nolan would still win Best Director. It is his time. Everyone is going for him, and I'm happy about that. You know what I've been saying. Christopher Nolan's my all-time favorite director, and the fact that he's just sweeping director everywhere and is going to win the Oscar, that makes my heart happy. So, like, y'all can keep your Daniels for Everything Ever All at Once. I have nothing against them. I didn't really like the film all that much, but as you guys get to have Daniels as long as I get to have Christopher Nolan, all right? Let me have Christopher Nolan win, all right? Let me have that. I'm gonna go for Christopher Nolan here. I don't see him losing anywhere. Even at the BAFTAs, the Oppenheimer is such a universally loved movie from every perspective. So yeah, original screenplay. Since Barbie is competing in original here and not adapted, I will say Barbie is winning original screenplay here at Critics' Choice. Again, you could have Past Lives or Holdovers, but again, because Barbie is such a big contender, and since I am thinking it wins Best Picture at Critics' Choice, I feel like they're just going to give it screenplay here, and I feel like that would be an essential package. Way more so than Ryan Gosling in supporting actor. Adapted screenplay, honestly, I feel like it's going to go to Oppenheimer. I feel like they're going to give it to Oppenheimer because even if Oppenheimer doesn't win the Oscar, I feel like it would still win here because the Critics' Choice do like to give their screenplay awards to, like, their big, like, Best Picture winners. They did it with Everything Ever All at Once. They did it with The Power of the Dog. They did it with Nomadland. They did it with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I mean, yeah, you could make an argument for American Fiction, but I don't know. I feel like because Oppenheimer and Barbie are such big Best Picture contenders, it's going to be one of those two. Acting ensemble. All right. I'm starting to believe Oppenheimer will take the SAG award for ensemble, and because Barbie did not overperform there. It did not overperform at SAG. If they really wanted to go for it, they would have gone with America Ferrera in supporting actress, and they did not. I have to assume that maybe Oppenheimer is just going to take SAG ensemble over at SAG. And here I will say Barbie is winning acting ensemble at Critics' Choice, because again, they're gonna love Barbie a lot, and considering they smashed it with nominations, like I do want to predict a good haul for this film. Best Young Actor or Actress. I was about to say maybe, Ariana Greenblatt for Barbie or something like that, but I don't know. I think Dominic Sessa is going to win for The Holdovers. He is the most likely one to actually get a, nomination, not just in Young Actor, Actress, but I mean, in, Supporting Actor or something like that. He would be the most likely. So I'm going with Dominic Sessa for The Holdovers. I'm shocked he's not been catching on with, awards season. You would think he would just be picking up steam, but it's no one's going for him. So yeah, but regardless, I do think he's winning Young Actor or Actress. Best Comedy. Okay, this is tough because they don't always give Best Comedy to the film that would most likely win Best Picture. Even last year, they had Everything Everywhere All at Once right there, and they gave it Best Picture, yet for some reason they gave it to Glass Onion, which I like. Look, don't get me wrong, I think Glass Onion is a better movie than Everything Everywhere All at Once, but if they're gonna pick Everything Everywhere for Best Picture, why did they not think it was the best comedy of the year and have it be Glass Onion? That didn't make any sense to me. So I don't know if Barbie is actually going to win Best Comedy. So if I were to predict this, I want to go with either American Fiction or The Holdovers. So, God, I'm going to go with American Fiction. It's sort of the most comedy out of all these films. It's still in Best Picture, but even then, Best Picture isn't always a big bet you want to have. For example, Dolomite Is My Name beat Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and stuff. That didn't make any sense. Best Animated Feature. The Boy and the Heron did take the Golden Globe, which is interesting. I'm wondering if the BAFTAs are going to give it to The Boy and the Heron as well. But right now, I will probably still go with Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. They nominated Spider-Verse for more awards than The Boy and the Heron. They gave Spider-Verse visual effects and score. I have to assume that it's going to win Animated Feature. Foreign language film. Do they go with Anatomy of a Fall or The Zone of Interest? I'm going to say Anatomy of a Fall, especially since, they did nominate Sandra Hüller for lead actress, so I'm just going to go with Anatomy of a Fall for foreign language film. Cinematography. Oppenheimer. This is just going to be one big tech sweep for Barbenheimer from here on out, because they're just going to goo all over these movies. Best editing. Once again, Oppenheimer. There's not really much of a contest, if I'm going to be honest. Everything just seems to be kind of falling into place. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. Oppenheimer. Production design. I think we're going to see a repeat of Black Panther versus The Favorite, where at Critics' Choice, Barbie will win production design and costume design, which, oops, spoilers. And at the BAFTAs, Poor Things is going to win costume design and production design. But in the end, it will be Barbie that prevails at the Oscars. So I'm saying Barbie is winning production design at the Critics' Choice Awards. Costume design, once again, well, I already said it before, so I'm just going to say it again. It's Barbie. I think Barbie wins here. Hair and makeup, this is interesting. I want to say Maestro because that is the most transformative makeup, but at the same time, Maestro is not really well loved, and they don't always align with what the Oscars will choose in makeup and hairstyling. For example, last year, they gave it to Elvis, despite the fact that they still gave Brendan Fraser the lead actor win. I'm torn between Barbie and Maestro because there was a lot of outrage over Barbie not getting into, makeup and hairstyling at the Oscars. So maybe they might want to go, well, screw you, Oscars, we're going to give Barbie the win. But I don't know. Is that usually what they do? Because I don't know if they... Oh, God. It's tough, because again, they did over-nominate Barbie. So, will they love it so much to where they still give it hair and makeup? I don't know. I think right now I will give it to Maestro, because Maestro is a very obvious, like, big transformation performance. So I will say they give it to Maestro here. Visual effects, this is interesting because Oppenheimer is not in the short list. It did not even make the list of 20. So, do I still want to say it wins at Critics' Choice? I might do that. This is where I might go with the logic of the Critics' Choice might want to go, to you, Oscars, for not shortlisting Oppenheimer, even though Oppenheimer really did not have any business being nominated for Best Visual Effects. If it had won, it would have been the worst Best Visual Effects winner I've ever seen in my life. It was not groundbreaking or technically marvelous, or innovative in any sense. It was just it was just very basic stuff that any movie could do. It was literally so basic that YouTubers were able to replicate it perfectly. So, yeah. But, I might say Oppenheimer wins here. I will probably say Oppenheimer wins because they're just gonna go all out for Barbenheimer. And again, they're probably very sore about the Oscars not shortlisting Oppenheimer for visual effects. Because, the critics don't really know anything about visual effects. Let's be honest here. They don't really know anything about visual effects. In fact, I've lost all faith in the Critics' Choice Award category for visual effects ever since they gave Black Panther the win for visual effects, despite the fact that the visual effects in Black Panther were the one thing the critics, criticized about Black Panther. So it's like, they're complete hypocrites when it comes to this category. So, yeah. I think they're good. I think they're just going to give it to Oppenheimer. Best score, once again, Oppenheimer. Man, I'm giving Oppenheimer a lot of wins here, aren't I? I'm giving it a lot of wins. Like, how many wins am I giving these films so far? Actually, I'll check after I do song. But yeah, I do think Oppenheimer is winning here. Song, I want to say I'm Just Ken, but oh my god, I'm worried that What Was I Made For actually is the front runner, and I'm sad to say it might actually be. I'm Just Ken deserves to win over What Was I Made For. Like, it was actually in the movie, it actually was part of the narrative, and What Was I Made For was a credits song, and it's not even anywhere near as good of a song as I'm Just Ken, in my opinion, but I think they're just gonna follow suit, like with Golden Globes, and go, oh, we want to give it to Billie Eilish, so woohoo. So yeah, if I'm not mistaken, let me count and see how many awards I'm giving each film. Yeah, I counted, and apparently I'm predicting both Barbie and Oppenheimer to win 7 Critics' Choice Awards each. So, like, that, I guess that would mean they are very tightly in competition. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But now, I'm going to pose the question off to you. What do you think of my Critics' Choice Awards winner predictions? Give me your predictions. What do you think wins each category at Critics' Choice? Let me know in the comments below what you think, and consider hitting that subscribe button, because if you don't, I will never choose you, Pikachu.